Okay, hi everyone, I'm Fox 19 Now, First Alert Meteorologist Anna DuVall, here with your forecast update. It looks like a gorgeous day outside right now. Not a lot of clouds, completely clear for most places. A little breezy in some places. You can see the leaves flying around there off our Clover Nook camera, but again, beautiful, beautiful day across the tri-state here. 53 degrees, sunny skies again. A little bit of a breeze out there, but overall, great day. You can see the barge moving through right now. Again, just very pretty. We had some of those foggy conditions earlier this morning. That's since cleared up. We also had some clouds overnight. Again, those all pushed out. Sunny skies across the area right now. 55 there in Cincinnati, 52 in Batesville, 52 Flemingsburg, 53 in Covington. So very sunny conditions for the time being here. This is kind of what we're going to continue to see. Tuesday is going to be a little bit more cloudy than it is today. Here's the temperatures across the tri-state. I know we just looked at them, but here's a little bit of a different view. 56 in Hamilton, 53 in Connorsville, VV, Owenton, 53 there in Georgetown and West Union as well. So feeling warmer today. You can see that, and our temperature changes as well. Just those warmer conditions across the tri-state. Almost 10 degrees warmer there in Harrison. Not so much of that temperature change over in the eastern counties, but overall, we're seeing a bit of a jump there in our temperatures. Expected to get up to 60 today, so it's going to be a warm day. Lots of sunshine out there. We are expecting some visibility issues again tomorrow morning, but it's not going to be all that much. You can see 6, 7 a.m. You can start to see a few of those foggy conditions around the tri-state there. So again, just like today, for your morning commute, might be seeing some of those visibility issues. When we're waking up tomorrow morning, we're going to be in the low 30s, so it's going to be pretty chilly out there. 32 Connorsville and Batesville, 30 in Middletown and Lebanon, Cincinnati 34, Lunken and Batavia the same. So chilly day. We're going to stay mostly dry though, moving through the entire week here. We won't see those rain chances kick up until we reach Friday. That's a 40% chance. Saturday 20. And then if we expand this out here, you can see this going into Sunday. We'll bump up one more time ahead of our next system there, Tuesday and Wednesday. So that's what we're looking like. We can track it out for you here. Staying clear throughout the day, you can see that there. But as we move into Tuesday, I just told you guys this, cloudy conditions, especially moving into Tuesday, is what we're watching for there. We'll continue to click forward here, moving through Tuesday afternoon, seeing those clouds just completely cover the area, moving into Wednesday as well. Now, here's what we're really going to be looking at is those rain chances moving into Friday. So again, Tuesday you might have that spotty shower chance, but overall, most people staying dry throughout our Tuesday. And then as we push forward here, Wednesday staying mostly dry as well. Thursday, the same story. Then Friday, you can see a system start to make its way to the area. This is 6 a.m. on our Friday. We'll push forward a little bit here, and you can see it just moving over our area around the afternoon hours. We'll start to clear up, dry up around dinner time, and then I'll continue to push out of the tri-state there. Moving into Saturday, maybe a few stray sprinkles in the morning time hours, but we're really expecting rain to kick up here as we move into Saturday evening, going into Sunday. So that's that rain chance there we saw on Saturday into Sunday. And we'll push forward through our Sunday there. And we're supposed to be staying just with that wet weather there, rainy conditions. This is Sunday at 7 p.m. So I wanted to go ahead, point something out to you guys. Some of these models are showing a wintry mix going into the end of Sunday into Monday there. I'll show you guys what it looks like. You can see that wintry mix kind of snow there, 5 a.m. Most of it is not expected to be our area. Again, this is 5 a.m. on Monday, and I want to show you guys why this isn't expected to reach into our area. We're not expecting that snowfall, that wintry mix either, and it's because of these temperatures. Look at this. 54 there on Sunday, 48 on Monday. So pretty warm conditions, but let's look at overnight. So overnight, Sunday into Monday there is when that snow is expected to fall according to that model there. Sunday, 43 is our low temperature. Monday is 36, so we won't be dropping below freezing in between those two. So it's very unlikely that we're going to see any snow accumulate. It's just not cold enough for the snow to stick to the ground, to be around. If anything, maybe a wintry mix, but it's mostly just going to be some rain. We're really not expecting that at this point, especially with these low temperatures over the next 10 days. We'll keep you guys updated because it is still 6 days out here, but what we have right now, we're not expecting to see that wintry mix or that snow Sunday into Monday. So just wanted to give you guys the full story here on why we aren't really pushing that snow forecast or that wintry mix forecast. We're just really not going to be cold enough for that to accumulate, to be seen. But again, we'll keep you guys updated. Forecasts can change, so we'll watch it very closely. Obviously, give you guys the first alert if anything does change. Here's that drought monitor out there, abundantly dry across the tri-state. In that top corner there, everyone else staying well within the margins of no drought, so that's good news for us. Here's what it's looking like 8 to 14 days out. Above normal temperatures. We do have a little bit of a dip in our temperatures by the end of the week, but this is past that 7-day going into past our 10-day as well. So this is what it's looking like. You can see that above normal precip just right outside of our viewing area. And right now is that peak time to get outside, go enjoy that fall foliage. We're a few days behind, or October 28th was the first day of that. November 4th will be the last day of that peak fall foliage before, the leaves start falling off the trees and we start getting into that winter-y time. We've already seen that first frost, so it's the end of growing season out there. Here's a few of those headlines. I know we've gone over these last couple of days here. Well, let's do it again. October 19th, 1989 was the earliest 1 inch or more of snowfall. That was 5 inches on that day. October 30th, 1993 was the most snowfall on any day in October, which was almost 6 inches of snow. Halloween snow has only happened once, 1993, only 0.3 of an inch. All of those, we've passed all of those already there. November 29th is the average date of the first measurable snowfall, which is about 1/10 of an inch. So we're watching for that. That's still about 26 days away there. And then December 15th is the average first date of 1 inch or more. So we're really watching out for the snow, for the snowfall there. Again, watching very closely for Sunday into Monday as well. Here's what we're looking like for some cold weather safety tips. I just want to go ahead, show you guys these. We can be prepared a little bit quicker here. So this is for your pets. Let's talk about this first. Keep your pets dry, warm, indoors. When you take them outside, make sure they're bundled up, especially if they're not one of those outdoor winter dogs. Huskies have thick fur. Those are most likely fine going outdoors. Make sure that you're keeping their paws, legs clean, especially if it's snowing, if it's been sleeting, it's pretty gross out there. And make sure you provide them plenty of food and water. Make sure it's not frozen. Make sure, they're getting that warm place to rest once they've come inside. Here's some winter weather safety tips here just for us for different things. So here is outside. Make sure you're dressing for the proper conditions. Limit your time outdoors. Check on others. Watch for icy areas as you're walking around. You don't want to slip and fall. Inside of your home, make sure you're checking your furnace, your chimneys, your carbon monoxide detector, and insulate all your exposed pipes so they don't freeze. And if we get below that freezing level, make sure you drip your pipes as well, because we don't want any frozen pipes out there. So for your car, check your battery, your tire pressure. I know that's an issue as we move into the colder months there. Have jumper cables ready, bring a blanket in the trunk just in case you do get kind of trapped out in any type of winter weather. It's gonna be I just skipped forward. Sorry guys. It's gonna be pretty gross once that starts happening, so you don't want to be trapped in your car really cold. For your pets, again, bring them inside, provide shelter if they are outside. make sure they have fresh water and keep that salt that they put on the road away from their paws. So those are just a few tips. Here's the type of winter warnings we could see. Ice warnings out there. I know it's kind of cut off, but coating of ice at least 1/4 of an inch, maybe as high as 1/2 an inch if the winds are less than 15 miles an hour. A winter storm warning is 8 inches or more of snowfall in 12 or more hours. Lesser amounts of snow can be forecasted for mixed precip. Blizzard warnings is visibility less than 1/4 of a mile, so almost zero visibility outside. Falling, blowing snow, pretty gusty conditions, 35 miles an hour or more, and it happens for at least 3 hours. Then wind chill warnings is values fall to -25 or colder. Wind chill really is that if you're outside and it's your feels like temperature but for the winter. So we have that heat index value for the summer, but now we're changing over to wind chill, which is just the winter version of heat index. So when you're standing outside and the wind starts blowing, it makes it feel even colder, becomes more frigid outside. So that's when we get the wind chill values that are negative or colder out there. So that's something we'll watch out for. We have a few graphics for that as well. Here are those hypothermia signs for you if you're heading outside: confusion, shivering, difficulty speaking, sleepiness, and stiff muscles. So just a lot of things to be on the lookout for as we move into chillier months of the year here. So let's go ahead and talk about the next 7 days, because we're not going to be all that cold just yet. It doesn't show it on here yet, but you will see it going into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday there. Tuesday, Wednesday, 62, 65, feeling pretty good, above our average. We'll stay that way going into the end of the week. Showers begin there on Friday, rain into Saturday evening into Sunday morning, and you can see that temperature start to drop off. We'll clear up on Monday, but you can see those temperatures. They're going to be in the 40s Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so it's going to be pretty chilly. So just make sure you have all of these winter weather things in mind moving forward. That's all I have for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and put it full screen for you, so that you guys can see it a little bit closer, and then we can log off. I just have to find it. Oh, I know what the problem was. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I'm going to put this full screen. I hope everyone has a great rest of your work week. Enjoy those warmer temperatures before we see that cool down at the start of next week.